this session. In this particular class, we're going to be once again doing a guided newspaper practice session. And we are going to be particularly taking care of a very counterintuitive article. I'm just seeing whether we are live on our channel.
Okay, hello everyone.
Yes, we are. Okay, wonderful. So I'm going to be reading your comments too. All right. So today's article is again going to be on education, and we are going to particularly see whether online education is good or bad. Okay, so that is going to be the specific topic here. Slightly counterintuitive. I know a lot of you here are connected through online education today, and you're viewing this particular class due to online education. But are there instances where online education does not serve the purpose? Okay, that's what we are going to discuss today. As usual, this class, we are going to be taking an article. We are going to dive deep into it. You're going to be listening to me. I'm going to speak very slowly. You're going to listen to my English. You're going to be reading the article simultaneously. After that, we are going to do guided speaking, which means that I'll be reading a particular paragraph very slowly, and you will repeat after me. Okay? So your speaking will be brushed up. And finally, I will be asking you to type your opinion. And I will be asking you to type certain sentences on certain tough words. Okay, so your writing, your vocabulary will also stand to improve. So that's going to be the agenda. All right. Also, these articles are slightly counterintuitive, which means that it will challenge you to think a little bit. Now, when we think about online education, usually we think of the benefits, right? That everyone can study, they can study from their homes, just like all of you are. Okay, all of you are studying from your locations right now. You're able to watch this particular lesson from your locations, and you're able to benefit. So definitely it comes across as something positive. But then do you have certain drawbacks too? What are these drawbacks? Who does it really impact? Okay. All these new ideas and thoughts will come to your mind, and you will be able to write it better. Especially in your writing task too, these will open up new boxes for you, new perspectives for you. Okay. Very good morning to all the students who have joined on the live chat. Hello, Renuka, Yamuna, Himali, Jalpa, Deepika, Bijo, and Data. Welcome. Okay. Let's begin. Now, we are going to see this is the topic. Education needs common affordable platform. Common affordable platform, not divide by digital. Okay, so are you able to sense some kind of a hint here? All right. Hello, Albert. Good morning. Are you able to sense some kind of a hint? Education needs a common affordable platform, which means it has to be easy on the pocket. It should not be expensive. It should not be costly. We should not divide by digital. Divide by digital means if someone is earning so much money, only then he or she can afford all these digital tools. Maybe all of you here are having a mobile phone or a laptop with which you are seeing this lesson. Okay, but what if someone does not have a mobile or a laptop? Okay, so that person is not getting this opportunity at all, right? So people below a certain income level can't even get access to online education, right? So that should not be the case. We should have something that's affordable. For example, YouTube is to some extent affordable, right? All you need is a basic internet connection and internet plan, but then everything else is accessible to you. Okay, so something of that sort, common affordable platform. That's the idea here. Okay, let's start. Let's start with the first paragraph. COVID-19 has not only answered the question if, but also when it comes to the importance of e-learning. Very nice sentence. What does it say? COVID-19 has not only answered the question if. If, when do you use the word if? I will say, if you go out, buy me a packet of biscuit, right? If you go out means conditional, whether it will happen or not. If it happens, then you do this. Okay. So it says COVID-19 has not only answered the question if, which means that will e-learning really help? So that question is already answered, and the question is yes, it will help. But also the when. When will online learning really be implemented in the world? When? It is now, right now, because people have to stay at home. So this is the best time for online education. So that's what this article starts off by saying. The time is now. The time is now means this is the opportune moment for online learning to pick up. Okay. All right. Hello, others. Prab Simran, Joycey. Welcome, Elizabeth. Now, all those in live chat. Good to have you all. It is a wonderful adoption of technology. Now, what do you mean by technology? Technology is anything that makes human life simpler. So, of course, it's a wonderful adoption of technology, but technology can also be used for bad purposes, right? For example, explosives, bombs. Okay, they are used to destroy lives, so which is of course not good. Okay, so in this case, it is a good adoption of technology. Yes or no? All of you agree that we have put technology to good use because everyone's able to learn. To continue with the learning needs of students. Okay, to continue with what? The learning needs of students. However, so what does the word however indicate? However, so does this give you a hint? However, so the word however says, hey, there is a suspense in the story. There is going to be a twist. All right. So this word, however, is a connecting word that you will use when you want to indicate a contrast. Okay. So I'm saying technology is good for students. However, which means, hey, wait a minute, there is a twist coming up. We have to pause to think of the challenges. Wait here and think of the challenges of the economically disadvantaged population. Okay, challenges of the economically disadvantaged population, and especially their children in primary schooling. Okay, so when I say economically disadvantaged, I mean poor people, okay, those who don't have money. So obviously, simply to say poor people, it does not sound good, right? So this is how you say economically disadvantaged for poor people. Similarly, say for example, if some man or woman is unfortunately having a permanent injury in his or her leg or hand, okay, you will not call them in a derogatory manner, okay? You will say physically challenged, right? Or if someone is mentally challenged, that's the word you use. You will say mentally challenged. Okay, this is a polite way of talking about disabilities, right? Okay. Similarly, when someone is poor, this is the word you will use. Economically disadvantaged. Okay, this is the right way of saying it respectfully. Okay, economically disadvantaged population and especially their children. So when we talk about population, we have the entire range, right? Right from young infants to all the way to old people, right? Senior citizens. So who is the most affected in this entire range? The children, especially those children who are in primary schooling. Okay, why exactly those children in primary schooling? All right, let's see that. Okay, so we will not get into these numbers. Okay, so I'm going to skip this paragraph according to so many numbers. This. Okay, all right, not this one. We'll skip this paragraph. We'll do this one. This has lesser numbers. Okay, according to estimates by UNESCO, don't worry about this. Over 1.2 billion children worldwide have been affected by closure of their schools in this COVID pandemic. Okay, over 1.2 billion. Now, some very quick trivia, and this will help you when you have to write good sentences in writing task 2. 1.2 billion. Okay, to put it in Indian context, 1 billion is 100 crores. Okay, 100 crores is 1 billion. Okay, so that is how you're going to be thinking about it. Okay, so 1.2 billion means 120 crore children have been affected worldwide, of course, have been affected by closure of their schools. So their schools are closed. What is India's population? 1.3 billion, 130 crores. Okay, just some info so that you can use it in your task 2, you can use it in your speaking tests. Now, this constitutes 2/3 of the student population in the world. So 2/3 of the students in the world have been affected because their schools are locked up, schools are closed. Okay. Now, out of this group, which group? The 2/3 group. So for indicating out of, so you're saying you have so many people who are affected. Out of this, how many are in India? So if you want to have that kind of a funnel, when you're saying 1.2 billion, 2/3 out of that, and again a smaller one, smaller data point. For that, you're going to use amongst this group. So out of this group, so many. Is this clear how you're going to use the word amongst? Is this clear? Just give me a quick yes or type amongst on the comments box if this is clear. Amongst. Okay, you say this word like this. Amongst, not amongst. Okay, amongst. Okay, similarly, A-M-O-N-G, it is not among, it is among. Okay, that's how you're going to say this. Amongst this group are 320 million students in India alone. So in India, how many people are affected? 320 million students. Next, it is observable that millions of students from government schools and colleges, okay, millions of students, especially government schools, government colleges, especially in non-urban geographies. Now, what do you mean by non-urban geographies? Okay, not urban. And what is not urban? Rural, semi-rural, those kind of geographies, those kind of towns and cities. Okay, and most economically weaker section of the population in urban pockets. So see, who are affected here? Students who go to government schools and colleges. Now, which kind of government schools and colleges? The ones in smaller cities and towns. Okay, non-urban. And your economically weaker people in urban sections also. So even in big cities like Delhi, Chandigarh, or Mumbai, you still have slums, right? You still have a lot of poor people living there. Yeah. So even those people are affected. That's what this passage is saying. Okay, I hope it's getting clear. Good. Utkarsh, Deepika, Arzu, Joycey, Ranjani, Jalpa, very good. Okay, so all these people did not have access to education during this lockdown. All right, so see, once again, did you notice such a big sentence, beautifully written? It is observable that millions of students from government schools and colleges, especially non-urban geographies and mostly economically weaker section of the population in urban pockets, did not have access to education during this lockdown. Such a long sentence that conveys so much. Yes, did you notice this? One single sentence that conveys everything. Beautifully written. Okay. All right. So now we have reached a point where this passage is saying that students, especially schools and colleges in rural areas, are the main sufferers. Now we are going to skip this and we are going to directly go to the next one because it's only a lot of numbers, not important with respect to improving English. See, in urban pockets, now we come to urban pockets. In urban pockets, which means, what do I mean by pockets? Pockets means areas, okay? So certain good areas in Mumbai, there are also many slums there. Similarly, some areas in Delhi you might know are not doing very well in terms of economy, right? They're also very poor. Okay, so in those urban pockets where economically weaker population reside, the civic infrastructure as well as social infrastructure is abysmal. So the infrastructure, the facilities is abysmal. Now, what do you mean by abysmal? Who can tell me the meaning of abysmal? Good. Bijo? Others? Yeah. What do you mean by abysmal? Abysmal means very poor, very bad, in a very bad state. Okay, so if I say the civic infrastructure as well as social infrastructure is abysmal, which means it is in a very poor state. Okay, abysmal, very good word, abysmal. Make the z sound, abysmal. Okay, why is it abysmal? What's the issue? It is a struggle for space. So you don't have space there. Okay. Social distancing in a Mumbai chawl or any urban slum is utopian at best. So if you're talking about social distancing in a Mumbai chawl, okay, which means basically like this residential setting where a lot of people are literally packed in, right? Or any kind of an urban slum. So social distancing in these places is utopian at best. So what do you mean by utopian? Okay. What do you mean by utopian? Utopian means an imaginary state of perfection. Okay, imaginary. So social distancing in these places, this is simply imaginary. It cannot happen. It is a perfect imaginary situation, but it cannot happen in reality. At best, you can imagine it. That's what this author is saying. That if you want social distancing in urban slums, you can only imagine it. Boss, it cannot happen really. Okay. Okay, very true, very true point as well, right? In fact, there is a bigger struggle that the residents face. So there is a bigger, now always remember, whenever you're using ER form, it means you're comparing. There is a bigger struggle means there is one struggle that's higher than the other one. Okay, you are comparing whenever you have ER form. A is taller than B, B is shorter than C. Okay, when you have ER, you are going to be comparing. There is a bigger struggle that the residents face. For what? In even maintaining their decorum of modesty and self-respect. Okay, so there's literally no place to even have some, just to have your basic necessities. Even for that, you don't have your space. Decorum, what do you mean by decorum? Decorum means norms. Okay, the norms which is considered to be applicable in good societies, right? When I say decorum, you're talking to someone politely. Okay, that's decorum, maintaining the decorum. So you might have heard in school, especially when a lot of children you make noise, the teacher says, please maintain the decorum of the class, which means please maintain some respect. Okay, some respect, maintain, at least follow the basic rules. If you're in class, you should all be silent and listen to the teacher, right? So that's why the teacher will say this. Okay, so this sentence is saying that even for maintaining those basic rules of modesty and self-respect, so even if someone has to change their clothes, they will not have space for it. So it is that difficult, right? See how painfully this particular sentence is written. Okay, so when you are able to read this, are you all able to picturize the difficulties that they go through? Are you all able to picturize the difficulties? Yes, are you all able to vividly create an image of how tough it might be there? Okay, so that just enjoy the language as well. Okay, and see how nicely the author is expressing things. Okay, you will also begin to enjoy the language when you kind of create a picture in your head and you also try to express things like in this way. Okay, okay, fine. Now what we are going to do is we are going to read this paragraph together, and this particular paragraph will have lots of insights and it will improve your speaking. So this paragraph is what I want you to speak. Imagine now you are in some setup where you're talking to your friends or colleagues, and your colleagues are saying that online education is the best. Okay, I have a great mobile phone, I can see all my lessons here, and I learn through various YouTube channels. So online education is the best. Now you are someone who will say that no, a lot of young children, for a lot of young poor people, online education may not be good. Okay, so what will be your point to defend yourself? You are going to read this paragraph to them and tell them, see, because of these reasons, I feel online education may not be good yet, especially for very poor people. What will be your points? See, with this challenge, now repeat after me, with this challenge of limited physical space at home and low economic means, both parents necessarily have to work to make ends meet. Repeat after me. To make ends meet. What do you mean by to make ends meet? To make ends meet means to somehow run the family. Okay. To at least arrange for a little bit of money to come inside the family so that they can at least eat food and have a decent life. Okay. To make ends meet. This necessitates, repeat, this necessitates that their children are sent to a safe environment. That their children are sent to a safe environment during the day, which in general is a school. Okay, so what does this say? That both parents have to work because they need money. Now, if both parents are working, where will the young child go? Okay, the poor child will have to go to a safe environment where the child is safe, right? Okay, where you cannot have any kind of a crime or anything of that sort. So what is that place? That place is the school. So the best option here for the parents is to send the kid to school so that the child is safe. Now proceed. And repeat, and that most governments provide midday meal to students in schools it runs is, this is incorrect, this will be is a socio-economic incentive, is a socio-economic incentive for them to attend school and to learn. Did you all understand what is written? Did you all understand? Yes or no? Did you all understand what's going on? That young children have to go to school just to be safe. Also, they're given food in schools. So because they're provided food in schools, this is again an incentive for parents to send them to school, because now they don't have to pay for that food, right? For that one meal. They don't have to arrange for it. The school is arranging for it. Okay. So I know it's a painful story, but it's true, right? And people have to think of it this way. Okay. All right. Good. Good. Good to see all of you involved in the article. All right. And I want you eventually to be writing such powerful stories. Okay. Where the moment someone reads it, they're able to picturize and they're able to feel the emotions that are being conveyed here. Good job, everyone. Okay. Good. Sudarshini, Bijo, Utkarsh. Perfect. Perfect. All right. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to write your opinion. What do you think now? Is online education good or is online education bad? But whenever I ask you for an opinion, don't try to be in the middle. Okay, don't say it is good sometimes, it is bad sometimes. Don't say like that. I want you to take a clear opinion. You say it is good because of these reasons, it is bad because of these reasons. Okay. Now, none of these opinions that you provide is good or bad. The opinions are not good or bad. Okay, you can pick a side, but I will not say that this is the right opinion or this is the right opinion. We are here to express our English, to develop our language, and I want you to develop this capability of expressing your thoughts. Okay, whatever is your true thought in your mind, I want you to convert it to words and write it on the comments box. Only when you express these things, it will come out naturally in the exam as well. Okay, don't try to be politically safe. No student will judge any other student. Nobody will make fun of each other's comments. That will not happen here. Okay, and if something like that happens, we are there. All right, and if someone attacks others, we'll be deleting them. So don't worry about it. Feel free. We are all here to learn. Okay, go ahead and give me your sentence. Let's see. What kind of an opinion can you pick? Is it good? You can have multiple reasons for saying it is good. You don't have to travel. You can save time. Probably it is cheaper. Okay. You won't feel tired. You can save time. You can save energy as well. Okay. Maybe it is easier. You don't have to write a lot. You can maybe just click pictures. You can save it. It's easier. It is simpler. All these advantages are there. What are some of the disadvantages? Okay. Why can it be bad? Because some people may not have these necessary tools. What about those people? What about those poor people who don't have those tools? Okay. Right? So if the government itself is sponsoring them, if they can't even afford 200, 300 rupees, then how can we expect them to buy a device that would cost them 15,000 rupees and then ask them to once again have these basic internet plans that would again cost them 500, 600 rupees a month, right? So these can be some of the disadvantages or the bad points. All right, good. Yeah, you should write yours. So Datar, you should write, I think that. You should not say most people think because it's your opinion. You say, I think that. Okay, good. Utkarsh, clear opinion. It is good because we can utilize our time. Very nice, clear. Okay, no confusion. No two ways about it. Good. Okay, good, Joycey. Joycey is saying it's not good for low economic people. Good. I want you to be very, very sure of what you're writing. Okay, you should not be second guessing yourself at all. Okay, good job. Okay, perfect, perfect. Now what we are going to do is we are going to be learning certain words, okay? And you're going to once again give me your sentences with it, okay? Let's go. Let us talk about, so we went and talked about adoption. Adoption is a simpler word. Let us take a slightly difficult word, okay? Let us say we take access. Simple word again, access. Access means do you have the reach? Do you have that facility? For example, you can say, I was blessed as I had access to good resources to study. Good, Joycey, Jalpa, good, clear opinions. Good. Go ahead and give me a sentence with access. Access means having the reach to something. Okay. You can even keep it simpler. I do not have access to the bank locker because I was not the rightful owner. Okay, simple. Okay. Without the password, you cannot access your inbox. Simple, you do not have the reach to your inbox. Access. You cannot access your inbox without having a valid password. Very simple. Good, Renuka. Very clear answer. Good. Okay. Bijo, in my opinion, it will not be useful because basic MND is very good. Okay. So I want you to be super clear, and I'm glad that all of you are developing these clear-cut ideas here. Good job. Okay. That is access. Now let's learn one more very, very simple word. That is abysmal. Abysmal. Abysmal means something that is very bad or in a very poor state. Okay. So some simple sentences, you can say the Indian team's performance was abysmal, means it was very bad. Okay. Very poor. Okay. You can even use ly and use it as an adverb. You can say, I performed abysmally in the exam, but I am preparing hard for the next attempt. Okay, abysmally is also an adverb, or you can say abysmal and you can also use it like this. Okay, abysmal. Okay, the movie was abysmal. His acting was abysmal. Okay, very poor. Okay. Okay, good job everyone. Okay, so we have learned access and we have learned abysmal. Okay, now let us learn an idiom. Okay, I think all of you like to learn idioms, so let us learn an idiom too. This idiom is to make ends meet. To make ends meet means to do activities that will run your family in a basic manner. Okay, so if you say that right now my job helps me to make ends meet, but hopefully I will be in a much better job that will help me to live lavishly, which means that right now my job is enough to sustain myself, to make ends meet. Okay, which means that I can eat food and I can sleep and I have a house with me, that's enough. But then later on, I'll have a great job, I'll become a big guy, and I'll live lavishly, luxuriously. Okay, so it's kind of opposites, right? Make ends meet, basic life. Then luxurious, lavish, more of a high end life. Okay, so to make ends meet, you can now use it in various other contexts too. You can say, my parents worked really hard to make ends meet, and hence I'm going to get a good job and I'm going to ensure that they get a good life. Okay, you can also use it like that in multiple ways. Okay, my brother supported me really well. Okay, he worked very hard to make ends meet. Only because of him, I am here today. Okay, so you can have these examples too. Okay, very good. Harini, Jalpa, Himali, Utkarsh, Ranjini. Very good. Good job, all of you. Okay. Okay, wonderful. All right. Okay, so what did we do today? We developed a different opinion with respect to online education. We saw why it can be good and why it cannot be good for those people who are below a certain income range. Okay, you also spoke aloud about a full paragraph where you had to kind of argue with your friend who says that online education is the best. Okay, so you put forth these points and you told him or her that hey, you need a safe place for kids when both the parents are working, and therefore school is the best place to go to. They are also giving midday meals, so parents don't have to incur any excessive financial burden. Okay, so you develop these new opinions, these new perspectives. You also learn these 2-3 words. So good job done, everyone. Okay, the magic here is in the consistency. So just be consistent, keep doing these lessons, keep learning these new words every day, keep repeating after me, stay in touch with the language. All right, this is more of a skill, less of theory, right? Are we doing any theory? Are we learning any formulae? Am I giving you some big theory, some definitions? Nothing of that sort, right? We are just practicing together, and the more you do it every day, you will see that the better you're becoming. Okay, very simple, very easy technique. You just have to do it regularly. Okay. All right. On that note, we'll be wrapping up this class now. All those who want to get into our advanced program, those who are already in the fast track program, as I can see, you don't have to. This announcement is not for you. All those who don't know about it and who want to get into our advanced programs, the link to the admissions form will be given on the video description. You can click on it and fill the form. We'll get in touch with you and you can get in. So this is a very detailed program, very specific to IELTS, where we'll have live sessions daily, where Monday to Friday for practice, Saturday and Sunday for concepts. We will also have recorded lessons on the mobile app covering all the sections, including grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation. We'll have mock tests, we'll have unlimited doubt clearance, we'll have daily quizzes on grammar and vocab. All of these things will be there. Okay, so if you want to quickly accelerate your preparation, then you can consider getting into that as well. Okay, so on that note, all the best, everyone. Keep practicing, keep studying hard, and I'm very sure all of you will achieve your career goals. Okay, take care. Bye bye.